In part 2, we'll build on the brainstorming that we did in part 1 by walking through some of the steps of searching one of the library's article databases. Tip 1. Start simple and add more terms gradually. If you type a lot of words into the search box right off the bat, you might end up missing out on a lot. Let's try searching for a whole phrase like, how persistence affects creativity. Okay, so this tells us that our original search did not yield any results, so it's trying to guess what we want. However, it's quite likely that it didn't guess very well, and in these 7,000 results, we're not going to find a lot that we actually care about. Now let's try the opposite tactic, doing a very simple search just for the word creativity and see what happens there. Okay, so the good news is that we did get real results, but there's still way more than we really want to look through. We can fix this by adding additional terms using AND. This will help us to narrow down our search and get more relevant results. So let's add to our search and do creativity and persistence. Using AND here tells the database that these are two separate concepts, and it'll look for both of these words in all the articles that it searches. So you can see we really narrowed down, and it's quite likely that these are going to be a lot more relevant to what we care about. Like we said earlier, the computer only knows the words that you give it, not what you really want. So if your first results don't work, ask yourself what other words people might use to describe your topic. Let's say we've had a chance to look at some of these results, and maybe they're close, but they're not exactly what we're interested in. Maybe after thinking about it, you decide that you're not really interested in creativity in general. You're really more interested in, say, how persistence affects musicians. So we could do another search for musicians and creativity, or excuse me, musicians and persistence. And this should give us some good results, but we might find that not all of them are as relevant as we expected. If that happens, try using some synonyms. So instead of persistence, we might try searching for musicians and motivation. And that'll give us a different set of things. To be honest, there's not one silver bullet for getting exactly the right combination, so you might just have to keep experimenting. Tip 4. Ask a librarian. There's a lot more that you can do to broaden or narrow a topic or to be a more effective searcher. If you're not getting what you need, don't hesitate to ask us. We're happy to help.